Thank you, everybody, again for joining today's call, and I'm going to turn it over to Gail Schwartz.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much for getting on this webinar today. As Colleen said, my name is Gail Schwartz. I'm a program manager here at the Housing Alliance. I work out of our Pittsburgh office. So first, again, thank you all for not only lending your talent and expertise and sharing your knowledge at the Homes Within Reach conference by participating on a panel, but taking on this added responsibility as a moderator. So with that, as a moderator, your benefit is you get free registration for the day of the panel that you're presenting on. So please make sure that you have registered and always double check with all of the members of your workshop to make sure they have registered as well. Again, we do have blocks of room reserved at the hotel where the conference is. Those have sold out. You can most certainly call and check to see if there has been any cancellations. But we also have the Overflow Hotel, which is the Crown Plaza. The code to get the conference rate is HHA. Again, we encourage you to not only make sure that everybody is registered for the conference itself, but also has reserved rooms at the hotel if need be. Really, our goal for all of our workshops and for your panel is that you have a successful panel. So we are really looking to our moderators to make sure all the panelists are prepared, that the presentations are on task and keep to the description that you all provided, and that you really have a good and productive question and answer session, so that the audience can be really engaged. One of the tricks that I like to do to sort of help have a productive question and answer session is sometimes I may tap a friend who I know is going to be in the audience and give them a question, so that if for some reason folks are a little hesitant to be the first person to ask a question, that there's always that plan to have a plant in the audience. But that's, like I said, just a personal trick I use. Don't feel like you have to do that. Some of the duties that we ask of our moderators before the conference is to, again, remind panelists to register prior to the event. We ask that you organize a call to prepare your panelists for the conference, as you not only review the content and how of the presentation, but we really want to make sure that you review who's going to be speaking for how long, what is going to be the flow of the information, make sure that there really is consensus on the purpose of the panels. All Housing Alliance staff is available to help facilitate any planning calls, help organize any planning calls. All you have to do is call us or shoot us an email, and we are here to support you and help you out in any way to make sure that you have the best workshop possible. Some other duties that we have before the conference is, we do ask that you have somebody appointed within your workshop to bring a laptop if you plan on having a PowerPoint presentation. Please make sure that you have any sort of questions fielded before the conference. Again, always double, triple check that you have someone who has a laptop. It's always good to have a backup on a thumb drive if need be. One thing that I've also noticed in recent years is that technology with laptops has advanced a bit further than many of the projectors. So if you have a newer laptop, that you make sure that you are able to easily hook it up to sort of the standard projector, like I know for me personally, I got a new laptop for work this year, and it no longer has like the old school sort of printer hookup, and I have to make sure that I have an HDMI cable whenever I use this computer for a projector. So that's just, again, something to keep in mind as you think about who is going to be the person bringing the laptop if you're going to have a PowerPoint presentation. Now, the day of, as you get ready for your session to actually begin, your room is going to have a packet in it containing table tents for all of your presenters, as well as the CLEs and the CEU forms. This is all the continuing education for lawyers and social workers, I believe. And then also be sure to check in with the room monitor if you have any issues, especially with technology, so that we can get those addressed in a timely manner and not delay the start of your workshop. If you do have any handouts prior to the workshop, we ask that you print out your own handouts that are relevant to your individual workshop, and then be sure to distribute those at the beginning of the workshop. And then please remember to email us your PowerPoint and any sort of additional material, so that way we can post those online after the conference so people can access them through our website. During the sessions, as moderators, we're really going to look to you to introduce the speakers. Be sure to help keep the session on task and be the time moderator. We really want to make sure that we save time for question and answer, because that's always the best part, in my opinion. We do need someone to help facilitate the question and answer. Be sure to thank the speakers. Again, handle any paperwork. Really what we're talking about here is the continuing education credits for the social workers and attorneys that may be attending your individual workshop. And then if you need anything between now and then, of course, you can call our main office. That's the 215-576-7044. You can also email info@housingalliancepa.org. Any staff is available to provide any assistance. And with that, I just want to open it up to all of you who are on the call today to, if you have any questions for us, any other sort of logistics that we may not have touched on, please feel free to ask now.
How many handouts should we bring?
So what we will do is, because registration is still open, is about a week or so in advance of the conference, we will email you who has signed up for your workshop, and then that will give you the number of how many you should print out.
Thank you.
Can you remind us how long the sessions are?
The sessions are 1 hour and 15 minutes.
I have a question about the connection to the projectors. Do all these projectors have HDMI ports?
Some may, but I can't guarantee that they will. Most projectors do come with the sort of standard connections, but what we do with the projectors is we have our members and attendees from across the state lend us theirs, so it really varies who has what kind of connecting cables in between. So I can't guarantee that there'll be an HDMI cable.
That's a problem. None of our laptops have anything but HDMI video ports. We don't have any of
Okay.
the old style. None.
None, like, of all your workshop panelists don't
I
have
don't
one?
know. I can't speak for the other two panelists. I don't know what they have. But as the moderator, none in our office have that kind of reports.
So if you could check with your other two panelists and see what kind of computers they have, and we can look and see if we can bring a few extra HDMI cables. But
Well, it's not
like
the
I
cables.
said,
The cables we have. It's the ports for the projector that's the issue.
so okay. So does your computer have like the older sort of original?
No.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying. None of ours have those other ports. None. We'll have the HDMI.
Right. So you need an HDMI cable. Okay. So
No,
like,
the projector that has an HDMI port. We have the cables. We have cables that are HDMI to HDMI. We have those.
right.
Are you?
Projectors. I'm struggling with the question. I'm sorry.
All of our computers have either a USB out or an HDMI out port. None of them have the old video ports that go to the old projector.
So if you could check with the other folks on your panel to see if they have a laptop that's compatible with the older ports. If not, please email us and let us know, and we will be sure to make sure that there's an HDMI cable available for your specific workshop.
Okay.
What you're suggesting is that perhaps it would be best, since we're worried about these connections, if we have access to a projector that works with our laptop, that we bring our own projector?
No, you don't need to bring your own projector, but if you don't have a projector connection, an older projector connection on your existing computer, I think you need to let us know so we can make sure that we have the right cables to connect. And if you have an HDMI cable, right, this is something that I've just noticed in recent years, is that, the newer computers are not compatible with the older technology, and people replace computers a lot quicker than they replace projectors, right?
Right.
I have no idea what my laptop can or cannot do. I don't. I need more guidance, I guess. I'm surprised that we have to bring our own laptop, so I don't know how to proceed. I have a Lenovo. Do you want me to talk offline?
We can talk about it offline.
Okay, thank you.
Would it be possible to turn back to the last slide? Thank you.
Good. Okay. And we will be emailing the PowerPoint afterwards. We will be emailing a copy of this presentation as well. I am getting some background noise. Colleen, what is the...
Sure, if you want to mute your line, you can just press *6.
Okay. Great, thank you. So I see David and Jill have a question.
Yes, David, I already asked my question. Thank you.
Okay, and I saw Jill had her hand raised. Do you have a question?
It was already answered.
Okay. All right. Again, any staff person is available to answer any questions. If you want to talk offline, one-on-one about what's going on with your specific computer to figure that piece out, we are happy to do that. I'm in the office for the rest of the day. The Western Pennsylvania office line is 412-281-1137, and of course, there is the main office line, which is the 215-576-7044.
Hey, Gail. This is Christy Rubenstein. I have a question.
Yes.
Just in terms of timing, if I think my session is right after breakfast, if meals run late, are we going to be expected to make that up, like to still end at the right time, or will we be told like, oh, you're going to get 10 more minutes, or like how should we plan for that kind of thing? Or maybe you guys are awesome and everything ends just on time. But I know sometimes there's speakers who run a little long.
Yeah, I mean we have we have a fair amount of time between sessions. I think we give at least 15 minutes.
Okay.
So let's see. The breakfast program starts. Let's take a look at Tuesday. So breakfast ends at 9:30. And session C starts at 9:45, and then session D there's a half hour between session C and session D. So, I mean, we definitely have big breaks that we should be able to, carve out 5 minutes, starting out 5 minutes later and catching it up on the back end.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Could your number and name again, please?
My name is Gail, and the Western Pennsylvania office is 412-281-1137. You can also call the main office, and folks can answer those questions as well, and that's what's up on the screen right now.
Gotcha. It's a laptop question. Thank you.
All right. Well, if there aren't any more questions, again, I want to thank everyone for getting on the call today and for participating in the conference and for being a moderator. Thank you so much, and have a good afternoon.